In this video session on hydrology and irrigation engineering, I have included the following topics: estimation of evaporation, methods to control evaporation from lakes or a reservoir, numerical problem. Saturation vapor pressure is given by ES equals 6.11 into exponential of 17.27 t divided by 237.3 plus t, where ES is in millibars and 1 millibar is equal to 100 Newton per meter square and 1 mm of mercury is equal to 1.33 millibars. And we have power law that is given by V by V naught is equal to Z by Z naught to the power of 0.15, where V naught is the observed velocity at height Z naught, V is the velocity at any other height Z. Then we have empirical formula. The first one, Mayer's equation, is given by E equals C of ES minus EA multiplied by 1 plus 0.06215 V, where E is the evaporation in mm per month, ES is equal to saturation vapor pressure in mm of mercury, EA equals actual vapor pressure in air based on monthly mean temperature and relative humidity, V equals monthly mean wind velocity in kilometer per hour at 10 meter above ground, C equals 15 for small ponds and 11 for deep water bodies. And we have one more empirical formula given by Rohr, and as per Rohr we have E equals ES minus EA of 0.44 plus 0.07334 of V multiplied by 0.771, and that is multiplied by once again 1.465 minus 0.000732, where E is equal to evaporation in mm per day. PA is the mean barometric reading in mm of mercury. All other notations will have the same meaning as mentioned in the Mayer's equation. We have the topic on how to control the evaporation from the lakes and reservoirs. Following are some of the recommended measures to reduce evaporation from water surfaces. Storage reservoirs should have more depth and less surface area. The site for construction of a dam should be so chosen that a deep reservoir with minimum surface area exposed to atmosphere is formed. Tall trees on the windward side of the reservoir should be planted so that they act as windbreakers. By spraying a chemical such as acetyl alcohol on water surface, a film of 0.15 microns thickness is produced on the surface. This film allows precipitation in but does not allow evaporation. This is suitable when wind velocities are less and for small and medium sized reservoirs. In case of ponds and lakes, entire water body can be covered by thin polythene sheets as mechanical covering. In reservoirs, outlet arrangement should be so done to let out warmer water at the top than cold water from bottom. De-weeding the reservoirs should be done such that water consumed by weeds is reduced. The streams and channels to be straightened so that the length and in turn exposed area to atmosphere are reduced so that we can reduce the evaporation. So these are all some of the recommended measures that we have to take or practice to reduce the evaporation from water surfaces such as lakes or reservoirs. So let us take up one numerical problem to estimate the evaporation. The problem is like this: a reservoir with a surface area of 250 hectares at the following average values of parameters during a week. Water temperature is 20 degrees centigrade, relative humidity 40%, wind velocity at 1.0 meter above ground is 16 km per hour. Estimate the average daily evaporation from the lake and volume of water evaporated from the lake during that 1 week. So in this problem, temperature, humidity, wind velocity, everything will be given, and also the wind velocity at a height 1 meter above the ground is given as 16 km per hour. We have to estimate the daily evaporation as well as the total quantity of the water that is evaporated in a week. So we have EW is equal to 17.54 mm of mercury. That you have to assume it. That is the value of the constant. If not given, let us assume it as 17.54 mm of mercury. EA is equal to 0.4 times of 17.54. That is the humidity is given as 40%. So you take it as 40% of that one. So saturated vapor pressure is 17.54 and actual vapor pressure is 40% of the saturated vapor pressure. So here the saturated vapor pressure is taken into consideration as 17.54 mm of mercury, and from which we can calculate the actual vapor pressure in air. So let us assume the saturation vapor pressure as 17 mm of mercury. From which you calculate the actual vapor pressure in the air. That will be dependent on the humidity, that is given as 40%. Therefore 0.4 of 17.54 is 7.02 mm of mercury. U9 stands for wind velocity at a height of 9 meter above ground, and in the problem he has given wind velocity at a height of 1 meter, that is U1 is 16 km per hour. Wind velocity at 1 meter is given as 16 km per hour. So what is the wind velocity that we have to calculate? U9. So U at any height h is given by Ch to the power of 1 by 7, or UH is equal to C1 to the power of 1 by 7, that is equal to at a height of 1 meter it is 16 km per hour. Therefore we can make use of the formula U9 by U1 is equal to C9 to the power of 1 by 7 divided by C1 to the power of 1 by 7. Therefore U9 works out to be 21.9 km per hour. That means the wind velocity at a height of 1 meter above the ground, if it is 16 km per hour, then at a height of 9 meter above the ground, the wind velocity will be increased to 21.9 km per hour. So that is by using the formula Z by Z0 to the power of 0.15. Here it is, we are using 1 by 7. So now by Mayer's formula we have E equals 0.36 of EW minus EA, that is saturated vapor pressure. EW is the saturated vapor pressure and EA is the actual vapor pressure in the air. So the difference of these two, EW and EA, multiplied by 0.36, and again it is multiplied by 1 plus U9 by U1, that is 1 plus 21.9 divided by 16 it works out to be 8.97 mm per day. So this is the evaporation per day. So in a day, about 8.97 mm of evaporation will be there for the entire 250 hectares of the surface area under consideration, which is the surface area of a reservoir. So now in the problem, it is also asked to calculate the total quantity in that particular week. So you multiplied that evaporation per day into 7, that will give you so much of per day. You divide it by 1000, that will give you in terms of meter per day. So that is the amount of 8.97 divided by 1000 will give you the amount of evaporation in meter per day. If it is multiplied by 7, it will give you the evaporation in 7 days. Now we know the depth of the evaporation, and the depth of the evaporation is 7 into 8.97 divided by 1000, which will be in meters. Multiplied that depth of evaporation by the area. So area given here is 250 hectares. So 250 hectares, we know that 10,000 hectares is 10,000 meter square is equal to 1 hectare. So we have 250 hectares to be multiplied by 10,000. Therefore, we will get the answer in meter cube. Therefore, the total evaporated volume in 7 days or in that particular week will be equal to 157,000 meter cube of water. So this is how we have to calculate the evaporation from the water bodies. And the sketch, the picture here shows the water cycle and the evaporation from the water bodies. Thank you.